It's been just over a month since I got my nose done in Turkey, and I am here to answer all your questions. An update, so it's been like a month and a quarter, and the swelling from the side is not too bad. The front is where you see most of it. Like over here, you can tell I don't really have too much definition. It kind of makes your nostrils look a little bit bigger, but every week I'm noticing more and more improvement, and I'm happy with the direction it's going in. Rhinoplasty is a very personal decision, and I don't think women owe anybody an answer on what they choose to do with their bodies. I will say, had I known growing up that most of the celebrities and influencers that I looked up to had work done, I probably would have felt a little bit better about myself, so that's why I just think it's important to be transparent about these things. But at the same time, I wouldn't judge anybody for choosing not to talk about it. This video is solely for educational purposes or anybody that's just curious about the process. I went to Dr. Barack Olgan. The reason why I chose him is because he does very natural work. Go on his page, he doesn't give everyone the same Barbie nose. He really cares about your facial harmony. And yes, most people that are looking to get surgery in Turkey find their doctors on Instagram. So I did a lot of research. I went through his entire Instagram. I got in touch with like 30 of his patients. They all spoke very highly of him. I read every single review about him on the internet. How do you know if your nose will fit your face? You don't. That is the risk that you take with getting any sort of plastic surgery, and they make you sign a ton of papers where you have to accept that risk. A lot of people said to me that you can't go into plastic surgery with this mentality that it has to be perfect. Your mentality has to be that I want something better than before, because at the end of the day, plastic surgery cannot be perfect. You never truly know how it's going to turn out until it's done. You can't rule out getting botched because it does happen. I haven't heard of any cases with my doctor, but getting botched is always a possibility. It is your responsibility to do as much research as you can, talk to as many doctors as you can. I don't recommend getting this surgery if you don't have the money to pay for a potentially very costly revision. My point is that just because you like one person's results, it doesn't mean that their doctor is the right doctor for you. My rhinoplasty cost 3,250 euros. I had to pay a deposit. Is this the right color? Yes, it is. I had to pay a deposit of 500 euros, which was subtracted from the final cost. I also got them to arrange my airport transfer, which cost another 150 euros. The cars were pretty nice. A round trip from Toronto to Istanbul cost around 1,200 Canadian dollars per person, and we stayed at the Bricks Hotel, which cost us another $1,800 for 10 nights. That was including breakfast, and it was a great hotel, by the way. So the total cost, including both our plane tickets, was around 9,200 Canadian dollars, so way cheaper than Canada. Is it possible to get it done for way cheaper? Absolutely. I've heard of some surgeons charging 2,000 euros, 1,500 euros. They give you some very affordable hotels that you can stay at. So yes, definitely possible to get it done for cheaper. Cheaper does not always mean better. There is more of a risk that you are taking. And for me, I wanted to spend the extra money on a more reputable surgeon, someone I felt like I could trust. And I wanted to stay at a nicer hotel so I didn't have to worry about anything while recovering.